synthetic fiber, designed for its strength and durability. It's in everything, from clothing to carpets and even cookware. But like all synthetics, nylon is made from fossil fuels and doesn't biodegrade, meaning it's piling up in our landfills and even worse, our seas. I'm Gilary Darabi in Slovenia, here to meet the amazing people who are going to great depths to recover and regenerate this valuable resource. Here on the Adriatic coast, a group called the Healthy Seas Initiative are working with local fishermen to clean up a particularly troublesome kind of nylon pollution.
Jučer smo spustili mrežu u more, išli smo na večer dizati, mrežu smo si dizati i neće gore. Zakačila je dole i šta?
So we're just giving up a team today. We just jump in, diving, try to help them to just pick up the net.
So let's see if we can get it back.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay.
Idemo.
Abandoned fishing gear is a growing problem. Nets are lost in storms, snagged on reefs or wrecks, or even deliberately sabotaged by competitors. And when trawlers and other boats operate in the same crowded waters, they risk getting their nets tangled with each other. The hunt for remaining fish stocks is on, and the nets are collateral damage. The high cost of retrieving lost nets means fishermen often leave them behind. These abandoned nets are sometimes known as ghost gear.
Annually, about 640,000 tons of ghost gear ends up in our seas and ocean. And because of the oceanic currents and strong wind, we can find these nets in all the oceans and seas in our planet.
That's a big job to clean it up.
Exactly. That's why we try to engage the fishermen, showing that they can be part of a solution and not a problem.
So this is Vlado. Using his GPS navigation tool, not only does he know where it is, he's going to use his boat to help us retrieve it and get it out of the water. Vlado made a makeshift buoy where he thinks he lost his net. But with strong currents, it's hard to be sure until you get underwater.
You never can find a lost fishing net from the surface. That's a problem from fishermen.
That's why they need you guys down there. These nets are known as ghost gear because they can travel the ocean for years or even decades after they've been abandoned, indiscriminately catching and killing everything from dolphins and turtles to reef dwellers like this small poisonous scorpion fish. Today's net is 200 meters long, but some discarded nets reach a length of up to 10 kilometers. The team started off in the North Sea, but now have expanded to the Adriatic and the Mediterranean, hauling in a massive 31 tons of ghost gear in 2014 alone. Great for cleaning up oceans, but what do you do with all that waste once you get it on land?
In the past, we didn't think about what to do with the nets. So far, the nets have been sent to landfill or burnt. And just at a lucky moment in time, we learned that nylon yarn can be made out of fish nets.
In the Slovenian town of Ajdovščina, a yarn and fiber company has begun to see these salvage nets as a valuable resource. We're going to meet Mr. Bonazzi. He is the visionary behind all of this.
Good morning, nice to meet you. I'm Giulio.
5 years ago, Mr. Bonazzi's company started buying old nets from fish farms as far away as British Columbia and Pakistan. In 2013, they added Healthy Seas Initiative nets into the mix, and now altogether, they bring in thousands of tons per year. It's a lot of nets. Can you give me a tour and explain to me why you're collecting all these nets?
Well, basically, our company is producing man-made fibers, mostly based on nylon 6. Inside fishing nets, there is a high amount of nylon 6. Nylon 6 is a special plastic material because can be regenerated. Normally, A plastic material is recycled through remelting. So you take a plastic, you melt it, and you make a new plastic product. You can do it once, twice, but whenever you remelt a plastic, you downgrade it. In our case, we reproduce the monomer which is necessary to produce the plastic polymer. So we produce a first-grade plastic material. This can be done an unlimited number of times.
A special fabric analyzing gun helps sort out the nylon 6 nets from any rogue materials. Then the nets are shredded, hundreds of meters of them each day. But nylon 6 isn't just found in fishing nets.
The nickname of this place is AKS, any kind of shit, you know.
Stored in this room is everything from carpets to textiles and plastic components to factory waste.
We recycle even the big bags, you know. So.
You even recycle the bags?
Yes.
If you hadn't come up with this technology, all these bags would just be sitting in a landfill. And you're giving all this waste a second life.
Yeah, you know, whenever you dump something, you pay. When you recycle something, maybe you get paid. So we transform a linear economical business model into a circular business model. So we try to close the loop, never to take anything from the earth crust, and never to dump something into landfill. I think that in 20 years, either we are sustainable or we are pushed out of the market. So, of course, to transform a company like ours that is fully dependent on fossil fuels, highly energy intensive, into a sustainable company, it takes a while. But, you know, we try every day to do a little better than the day before.
Most of the synthetic fibers Aquafil produce are still made directly from crude oil rather than waste materials. But they believe this could all change, thanks to a process the company's pioneering at this plant in Slovenia's capital, Ljubljana.
Here we have both the regeneration of the waste, but also the production of the yarn, which is our material, our product.
First, the nets are washed before being fed into the plant's reactor, where the groundbreaking transformation from waste to resource begins. Nylon 6 is a polymer, a chemical compound where molecules are bonded together in long repeating chains. The first step in the regeneration process is to break down those chains into individual units called monomers. This is done using a combination of high temperatures, high pressure, and a catalyst. This produces a liquid solution that's then purified to extract caprolactam, a basic building block of nylon 6. This is the only factory in the world where pure caprolactam is made from waste nylon on a commercial scale. The process is so secret that the company doesn't even hold a patent on it, as it would mean having to disclose its formula.
This is a breakthrough in all this process because thanks to this special purification, we are able to separate caprolactam from all the other stuff. So this is 100% quality caprolactam.
The caprolactam is then turned back into nylon 6 by relinking the monomers into a chain. It's then extruded as so-called spaghetti.
This is really, really exciting, and we are so proud because this product is indistinguishable from the virgin or the regular one. This is the final step where the yarn is produced. It's so loud, so we need the earplugs.
Despite all the energy that goes into transporting and producing it, the company's recycled nylon EcoNil has less than half the carbon footprint of its ordinary nylon. Last year, they produced 175 million kilometers of EcoNil, enough to wrap around the world over 4,000 times. And around a quarter of it came from fishing nets.
Okay.
So the full journey
Yeah,
finishes here.
but then starts another journey
which is the yarn transformed into beautiful products. We can make, for example, this kind of carpet. We have also swimwear.
You know, this absolutely blows my mind that this comes from those fishing nets.
Yeah.
Now, how are you going to make sure that the consumer out there knows about the story and knows about the journey that it went through?
So there are small brands, they are so excited. It took a little bit more time for the big guys, but now they are contacting us and asking, hey guys, can we cooperate together? Can we use your story?
Some of these companies are just jumping on the bandwagon now to sort of greenwash their image.
We believe that it's important to cooperate with them because they need to start. If we are able to supply them with the right yarn, with the right fabric, they probably will be convinced also in doing something good for themselves. Don't know, changing something in their supply chain or doing some actions towards the environment.
Aquafil believe that businesses need to become more sustainable in order to survive, and they're not messing around. They've invested nearly 25 million euros in developing their regenerated yarn, and now focusing on extracting nylon 6 from a growing range of sources. Over the next 20 years, they plan to transition their entire company to a circular business model.
Try to think about it. If you are more efficient and you save energy, you save raw materials, you make more money. It is not that either you do something good for the environment or you do something good for business. It is absolutely the opposite. When you are sustainable, your business is also more successful and more profitable.